This is a shout out to Gary Douglas for his brilliance in coming up with these. He calls them distractor implants. I call them looping projector implants. Fear, doubt, jealousy, anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, guilt. Quick explanation of these. If you notice a normal emotion, like if you have sadness and you feel sadness, what happens when you feel the sadness? If you just be present with it, what happens? It's not a trick question. Yeah, it gets smaller. So it's almost like there's normal emotions and there are what I'm going to call synthetic emotions. Normal emotions, if you feel them, like you notice, oh, I feel really sad. If you get present with it and you just let yourself feel that, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And eventually it goes away and you just don't feel sad anymore, unless there's an interference there. But most typical emotions, you just feel it, like even happy. You're like, wow, if I really focus on happy, and you're wondering, why does it go away? It's like information. And when you feel it, it's like, as you feel it, and you like really feel it, it just kind of melts away. That's what typical authentic emotions do. Now, if you feel fear, what happens when you feel fear? Does it go away? What does it do when you feel fear?
Magnifies
anxious. Anxious.
You feel anxious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amplifies.
It gets bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you feel fear, and then another point of view comes in and like, well, yeah, well, this could go wrong too, and then you start worrying about that, and then like, well, and this could go wrong too, and then like, well, and then this could go wrong too, and you're like, oh, and you notice it doesn't get smaller as you feel it, it gets worse. Doubt does that. If you're like, oh, I don't know. Well, the more you don't know, the more you don't know. Jealousy does that. Anger does that. Rage does that. Fury does that. Hate, blame, shame, regret, guilt. All of those do something different than normal emotions. They don't go away when you feel them. They get bigger. They find more things to be jealous about, more things to be angry about, more things to blame yourself about, more things to feel guilty about. Right? You've experienced that, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I've experienced it.
So that's the indicator that you have what I call a synthetic looping emotion projector. So what these are is, if you envision kind of like a movie projector, I think I drew a picture of it here. Yeah. So picture like a little projector. So you got this looping thing. This is like the film. This is the story. It's looping. It just keeps running over and over and over and over and over again. It just keeps looping. And every time it runs one revolution, it grabs another new thing. It flips over and it grabs another point of view, and it projects more into your reality, more fear. And it comes up with another reason to be afraid and another reason to be afraid. And it'll actually, and they're connected together. So you can have like fear of one thing, and then that will trigger another fear that's related. And that will trigger another fear that's related. And that might trigger doubt. And they can be sitting there dormant, like they're not running. It's a projector that's like turned off. And those are like, you can't feel them there. You can call them out, but like they're just there quietly. The gift of having fear running, or any of these running, is that you can perceive them, which means you can grab them and you can clear them easily. But it requires you to think about it differently. Instead of honoring these emotions as really true, you have to program yourself to look for them and go, no, I refuse to allow fear in my body. And you have to choose to clear them. So what these are is they're like a projector. Here's the film. It's projecting fear. So where do you normally feel fear?
In your chest.
Yeah. in your chest, in your abdomen, in your gut, typically there. If you try to grab the fear and take it out or clear it, what happens? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Why? Because it's like a holographic projector. It projects like this hologram of fear into your body, into your gut. But the hologram is not the real thing. It's, you try to grab the hologram, there's nothing to grab. There's just nothing there. So you can't clear it. You have to grab the projector. The projector is usually down in your genital area or down below your genital area. It's an energetic implant that's usually connected to your physical body. So it's down below there. So the trick to clearing these, and I'll show you the clearing here, is, I'm going to zoom out, is what are all the looping emotion projectors that are operating here? So allow yourself to perceive all the fear you have about the virus. So let's call some of them out. We'll allow them to be triggered here. So what are some fears you have about the virus?
That it's never going to go away.
It's never going to go away. It's going to stay here for eons. It'll be, I just heard somebody say yesterday, it'll become a seasonal thing that comes out. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, add that into mass consciousness. Wonderful. Okay. Yep. It's never going to go away. What else?
Job stuff.
The jobs, what?
Job stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
job
one that
stuff.
I
Like,
lost,
we're out
and
of
then the
business.
other one that I,
We have no way of generating income. The businesses are going to close. We're going to have economic collapse as a result of this. What are their fears?
That I can't help my clients to feel better about it. Like I won't say, it's like it's a tangled thing. Like I won't be able to help. Then
Yep.
what about
I won't be able to help anybody.
Yeah.
They'll be stuck in it forever. I'll be incapable. Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Big one.
That they'll give us a mandatory vaccine for it.
Oh, yes, that they'll vaccinate and they'll put all these kind of toxins in and they'll just kind of kill everybody by giving you a vaccine. Mm-hmm. What else?
Yeah, and you'll have to have it or you won't be able to travel or anything like that.
Absolutely. You won't be able to travel. They'll actually track it. They actually developed a tracking system. Thank you, Bill Gates. And anybody else?
It's Ron. A big fear I have is like the joy that we were having before this.
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to be like after that? Are we going to go back to that joy?
Yeah. We're gonna lose it. Like everything's gonna collapse into decay, and it's never gonna be as good as it once was. Yeah. Anybody else? Fears?
A lot more regulations.
Oh, regulation, control. Yep. You won't be able to do this, not do this, not do this, not do this. Yep. Anybody else?
Businesses closing.
Yep. They'll just go out of business. They can't afford to stay open, or they can't afford to stay closed. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Anybody else?
No, spiritual oppression even more because they'll be able to remote review.
Yep. There'll be other things that they'll implement. The other thing that comes in, if you've that they'll run out of food, that the supply chain won't be able to supply supermarkets anymore, and they'll be not able to get food, and everything. All the supply chains will collapse. Let's get some energy.
There will be banking stuff that closes down.
Yep, the whole financial system is going to collapse as a result of like all this needing money stuff. Like they're going to collapse. Like it won't be able to hold up. Anybody else?
The fear is I will die.
I will die. My body will die. I won't be able to survive. I won't be able to stay alive. My home is going to be taken away. I'm not going to have any food. I'm going to catch a virus. I'm going to catch this horrible disease. I'm not going to be able to get it treated, and I'm going to die the most horrible death possible. What else? That probably covered quite a few things.
Nothing will ever be the same. Nothing will ever be the same again.
Nothing will ever be the same again. Yep. Nothing will ever be the same again. Okay. So now allow yourself to feel or perceive what is all the fear here. What are all the fears? Okay. The gift of fear is that you can feel it. It's active. It's a projector. Allow yourself to perceive the projectors that are down below that. So here's the clearing I use, and you can download this. It's a card you can print out, so you can carry it around, put it in your purse, put it in your wallet, leave it all over the house so you remember it. What are all the looping emotion projectors that are operating here? And everything under and below and intertangled, intertwined with that, and under, below, and intertangled, intertwined with that, and all the dormant projectors. Entangled, intertwined, wow, there's a lot of those. Intertangled, intertwined with all of that. And can we grab all of that stuff and grab it from down below and in the pile? And I've even worked with unconscious people who, like, I don't teach all the clearing. I just teach about the concept of letting go, so encapsulate. And I just say that the fear is actually down below in your genital area, down below your genitals. Just grab whatever's creating that and throw it out. I just teach people, throw it out. And that works for them. Like, it's just throw it out. Just get rid of it. It's just getting rid of the fucking projectors. That's it. So allow yourself to perceive all the remaining emotion projectors down below that, intertangle with all, intertangle, intertwine, everything dormant, all in the pile.
Yes.
And everything that all that is, a body planet, let that go, not you, not yours, not you, not yours, let that go. Never was yours, never was yours,
Never was yours.
Not yours, not yours.
And can we shrink all that stuff down to less than nothing?
Shrink it, shrink it.
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that.
I choose that.
Down.
And vaporize.
Vaporize. Gone. Vaporize.
Vaporize. Up.
Vaporize.
And if it feels like it went away, so do you notice the difference there?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you
Yes.
notice so look for, is there still fear? There might be. And if there is, I feel there is still some people have some. So allow yourself to perceive what are all the looping emotion projectors operating here, and everything under and below and intertangled and intertwined with that, and all the dormant projectors, and everything under and below and intertangled and intertwined with that, and all the dormant projectors, and reach down to your genital area or down below that and pull all that stuff out, put it in the pile. All the cables, cords, everything tied to it, take that too. Put it in the pile. Because you can have it tied to all kinds of things. All the fear, doubt, jealousy, anger, rage, they all trigger each other. They're interrelated. They're interwired. So in the pile. All of them in the pile. In the pile.
All of it.
And body, planet, let that go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Never was yours. Never was yours.
All of it.
And can we shrink that whole pile down to less than nothing?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Half size, half. Less than nothing. Vaporize.
Whoa. Wow. Vaporize.
Wow. Feel different?
Oh, let it go.
I feel like a rock star.
Yeah, that's what it should feel like. What if who you really are is a rock star?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So what you want to do is you want to keep clearing this until they're clear.
Right.
So my perception of this is that what happens is you have dormant ones. Like I noticed yesterday, I've been clearing fear forever, and I get to a place where I'm fearless. Literally fearless. If there's something that comes up that would, like the stuff that used to be scary, like I'd have a close call in traffic or something like that, I don't get afraid. Like my heart starts racing, I get excited, and I'm hyper aware, and I evade it. Like fear is designed to get you so into something that you can't be present to actually take appropriate action. That's what the implant is designed to do. And this reality conditions you that fear is healthy and fear is good for you and fear keeps you safe, and we can throw all that in the garbage because it's like, what if that's all a lie? All a lie. Does not apply to you. Maybe it helps muggles. I'm not going to argue that, but it certainly doesn't help infinite beings. Garbage. Throw it out. Okay.
Bye-bye.
So it's like, but those projectors are dormant. Yesterday I went for a walk here and walked by some dogs who were, and one started coming after me, not running after me, but walking towards me. And fear came up. And like that was a dormant projector that is just programmed for dogs. It only gets triggered by dogs. You can have dormant projectors for money. You can have dormant projectors for anything that triggers fear in you. So the gift of fear, when you feel fear, is it's up. You now can tell that it's there. So immediately what I did yesterday is this dog is coming after me and I'm like, no. And I cleared the fear. The dog is still walking towards me. I cleared the fear. It wasn't like running after me or whatever, but I would have taken evasive action. But it was just kind of walk. And I cleared the fear and the dog just stopped and got bored and it walked the other way. Like there was this link between the fear and the dog. Once I cleared it, the dog was like, yeah, all right, I'll go do something else. Right? Like, but the key thing is the projectors lie dormant and they get triggered topically. Once you clear all of those triggers, they're just not there anymore unless you hang out with people who are invested in fear and you feel their fear. There are some people who get invested in fear, and I would say anybody who's false light, who's new age kind of program, that they're deeply invested in fear and they don't necessarily know it, but they need you to feel the fear. They're like, no, be afraid of this. This is like a really big deal. And they're like fear installers. So you have to choose to be willing to engage their viewpoint on fear in order to have those projectors reinstalled. So you can hang out with somebody in fear, and if you like hang out long enough, you can walk away with fear. But again, you just uninstall those projectors and they're gone. The concept is focus on it. Print these cards out, leave them around your house, and be a fear Nazi. That's maybe not a good choice of words. Be a fear, a fear, like you've committed to focusing on fear. Like you will clear fear from your life. When you make a commitment to clear fear from your life, it's just gone. You become fearless. Shit just doesn't trigger you anymore. Like it just doesn't. It's so freaking weird until you get used to it. And then you realize, you know, what if I'm never supposed to have fear? And I'm never supposed to have doubt or anger or rage or fear. You can clear all those. I used to have all of those all the time almost. There was always some of those running. They're now just gone. Those just aren't my experience. I don't live with any of these in my reality anymore.
Yay.
It's a choice, but you have to be conscious and choose to clear it. And my recommendation around this virus is to clear fear and doubt, because what happens is they want you to doubt yourself. They want you to doubt your knowing, and they want you to buy their points of view. And it's like, there's stuff that you know, like you know that there's a certain amount of this is bullshit, and there's a certain amount that you need to kind of play along with this. It's like, you don't necessarily need to be out there causing conflict in the reality and being arrested or whatever. It's like, unless you want to, whatever, go for it. But it's like, it's just about not being internally conflicted by this stuff. So allow yourself to perceive all the doubt that you have up or active about yourself. Everywhere that I don't know, I'm not sure, and I can't tell. What is all the I don't know, I'm not sure, and I can't tell? That's upper active here. Those are all indicators of doubt. All the looping emotion projectors that you have around doubt, around I don't know, I can't tell, I'm not sure. There we go, yeah. And everything under and below that, and under and below that, and intertangled and entwined with all that, everything connected to that, and all the dormant projectors, all the dormant I don't know, I can't tell, I'm not sure doubt projectors. And grab all that stuff out, yuck, in the pile, and encapsulate, and everything intertangled and entwined and down below that, in the pile, for you and the planet. So take it all out, for you and the planet, in the pile, in the pile, in the pile. Wow. And body, planet, let that go. Not you, not yours, not you, not yours. Never was yours, never was yours. Let that go, let that go, let that go, let that go. Wow, nice. And can we shrink all that stuff down to less than nothing?
Yes.
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah.
And
Yes, I choose.
half,
choose
half,
it.
half, half, half,
Yes, I
half, half,
choose
half,
it.
half,
Choose it. Choose it. All the
and
fear.
less than nothing.
Nothing.
Resend Volker can't reclaim. Null void, null void, null void, null void, null void. Wow. So that's this handout. There's little cards you can print out. And then there's something I suggest is you start with the 30-day to fearless. Like you just choose, you make a commitment to remove all fear from your life and become fearless. Leave this card around for 30 days. Just keep focusing on that. It's like, I am going to clear all fear. Anywhere where it comes up, it's going away. And you'll be amazed at what that does to your life. And after you've done that, do 10 days to confidence and look for everywhere that you're running, I don't know, I'm not sure, or I can't tell. Because the word doubt is, your body doesn't actually know what to do with the word doubt, but it knows, I don't know, I'm not sure, and I can't tell. So that's why I put that in there. So then clear all the doubt. And once you get fearless and you get confident, man, it's the rock star thing. Like, it's just there. What if that's who you're meant to feel like every day, day in, day out? I used to feel like shit all the time. Now, for the most part, I feel like a rock star most of the time. Not all the time. I sometimes have to come back home and clear after I've been out, kind of hanging out with the muggles. But it's like I now know who I am, because I lived in this space of clarity for so long. And that's what I want to invite you into, is living into a space of clarity where these stupid emotions and the points of view and all the tangly crap is just gone. It's not true for you. It's not part of your reality anymore. It's just not yours. And instead, you live as your infinite being.